Hey guys, how's it going? Just coming at you with another video here. Um, and I just kind of want to sit here and talk. I'm filming, and I'm doing this video. And I'm filming off my iPhone here, so I just kind of want to talk. I guess given how 2016 is about to end, or 2017 is about to be on the horizon. In fact, it is on the horizon. Um, but yeah, let's just talk for a minute. And I've kind of been thinking, but yeah, 2016, really, I could then do a 2015 video last year, and unfortunately I can't do it because 2015 is over now. Um, but it is what it is, though, I guess. Yeah, 2016, how would I describe that? I guess we always go into the new year hoping it'll be great, and then it turns out to be shitty, and then at the very end it's like, this year sucked, man. Um, that. And yeah, I guess 2016 is no exception to that. We started out with optimism, and then they're like, at the end, it's like, fuck, you know. And especially when you consider things like how many public deaths of people that we've had in recent times, not to mention this presidential race that we've gone through. Um, yeah. So, but and I guess like when the end of the year comes around, you always kind of can't help but think about things. In my case, I've kind of been, you know, I mean, I'm not in school right now, and I'm unemployed, and kind of having too much free time on your hands kind of gives you too much time to think, and that's kind of what's been going on with me, at times, and sometimes I just kind of wish I didn't have all these things on my mind, you know, and but I guess I just but even so, I kind of thought a lot about my past and everything, simply because I got a lot of time on my hands, and there's that and all. I kind of like like I always think about like now versus then versus now. Um, like me, like when I was in say uh, a elementary school, middle school, high school, and when I was in college, even though I didn't graduate. And all that, and I always, even with outside of education, you kind of think about like events, like consider, um, you consider things like, you think about the present moment, compared to an event that happened, so and so, or such and such, or whatever. Like for example, uh, a presidential election. We just had one this year. Donald Trump is in office. Um, you know, 4 years ago, um, it was Romney against Obama, and Obama uh, won. He how do I don't know. I'm drawing a blank here. But yeah, he kicked Romney in the ass and all that. Yeah, but I guess I mean, to his credit, he's a very charismatic speaker and all that, and that thing is part of why people like him and everything. And I guess and all that. And of course, he offered all hope and change, and his slogans were like, change we can believe in, hope, and yes we can, and all that. You know, um, and all that. And like 8 years ago, when he first started running for president, and he was able to clinch the nomination as the Democratic nominee because he's a Democrat. And I think part of why he won the office to begin with is maybe after the whole 8 years of Bush. And I guess you kind of a refreshing change and all that. But but anyway, but all that discussion is for another video. But my point is, however, is just how long it's been since this time or that time or however long, or like, and this can go not just for your uh, uh, public life, which you see in the news and hear in it and all that, but it can be also in your personal life. Like me, like I finished high school 6 years ago. I graduated in 2010, and I started. And to think, 10 years ago, I was a freshman. Like my 24-year-old self right now was a 14-year-old high school freshman 10 years ago. And here I am now, 10 years later, 6 years out of high school. You know that? And just. You think about, like. And I'm sure the same can be said for anybody else. Like, it was so long ago since this or that or whenever. Um. And it's like there's been some great things and there have been some bad things too. And I guess New Year brings about new hope and new change and all that. And that's the thing about change, too. Sometimes it's great, and sometimes it just straight up sucks. You know, and I guess for some of those things, I mean, I guess there's some things so remarkable that it would be kind of cool to check them out and again, and that I guess I'm not gonna lie when I say this. I guess part of me has kind of been, when I think about things, part of me has also been kind of certain sense of sentiment, being a bit of a sentimental person, at times. I thought a lot about, yeah, how it'd be cool to uh, relive this time or that time or the other time, or even if I can't, it would be kind of cool. Like, if some of my memories would be kind of cool to bring them out of my head and look at them again in a visual sense, like with my own two eyeballs. And I guess like, yeah, but and of course there's some memories of mine that can be a little rusty. I wish I could go back in time and just kind of relive those. Not relive, but at least refresh my memory and clean up some of the dust on some of those memories. And I wish that wasn't the case. But and then again, I guess my sleeping habits are out of whack. That could be having something to do with it. But just, I'm sure you get my point. But even so, like I said, that's just the case of having too much free time on your hand is too much time to think about things. And I guess the thing is too, it's change. Um, that's the thing. It's always uh, in motion is change, and always in motion is the future, and the past, and everything. The thing is, why do we dwell on it so much? Why do we miss the past and miss old times and everything? And just like with me, there are just times with me. I guess it just and changing, and there are times I just kind of like things how they are, like, and I cringe at the idea of change and everything. And as you might be aware, I'm maybe probably gonna be moving in with my grandma's eventually, and I don't want that. I mean, not that I don't love my grandma, but just I'm in this house. It's like I don't want to leave it. I prefer to just be here and all that. I don't want to leave it. I don't want that kind of change. I know there's very little I can do to stop it, but even so, and I know my opinions are gonna mean very little, but even so, I don't want it. You know, and I guess just doing things. It's like I appreciate the moment right now, but I can go for anything. You appreciate the moment, but you don't always look forward to what's in store for the future. So I guess in a sense, you also kind of want that sense of predictability. You want to know what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen. And then you can always control the future or the past, even when you want to, or even no matter how hard you try. But just like, you know, just and uh, and all that. So like, I don't know. It's really just a kind of a tough thing and everything. So, like I said, just and I guess a version of New Year coming and everything is that kind of goes along with changes, since you kind of don't you're caught up in the moment too much that so much where you don't want it to change. You kind of gotten used to it, and um, just I don't know. It's just really just ugh, I don't know. Change, I guess, is just a double-edged sword and everything. Here I am talking about like the year and I'm talking about change and all that. But I guess just harken back to my original point. The new year is coming. An old year, as in this year right now, 2016, is about to end, and that. And I guess, well, going back to what I was saying before, I guess it would be kind of nice to just go back in time, and I think scientists say it is possible, but it would be kind of nice if it was just simple, like or we're just reliving old times. You wish it were as simple as you want it to be, or at least refreshing your memories, or just let's put it this way: if you go back and watch Star Trek, you see that they have like those holodecks and everything, and you kind of go in and say, "Hey, computer, create this image." It'd be kind of nice if something like that happened, or just. And I guess if any of that is possible, or I guess if any of that does exist in this time and age, or if it's possible even today, I guess it's just. I guess it's just not as simple and everything. It's not as simple as you want it to be. And that's kind of how I feel. I just want it to be simple. And when it comes to those areas and thoughts like those. And I guess with 2016 about the end, and 2017 on its way, I guess we'll see what happens. And it's like, there's the whole aversion to change and everything, so. Here I am talking about the new year and how I feel about the new year, and just that's kind of how I feel, I guess. Make of it what you will. I don't know if any of it makes sense, but just it is what it is. So I'm sure there's gonna be some things I forgot to say after I'm done filming here, but I guess with all that said, rate, comment, subscribe, and make of this video what you will. So I guess with all that said, just rate, comment, subscribe, and see you next time. And I'll possibly see you next year. Bye, guys.